Hi, everybody. My name is Jim Sublette. I am the director for Torcon Weather Team Southern Plains region and wanted to take just a couple minutes. We have been talking about this all week long about the potential to see a winter storm right here in the Midwest and the Southern Plains. And I'm sure many of you have already seen tons of social media pics from the TV forecasters, from storm chasers, from forecasters about how many inches of snow eastern Kansas is going to get, western Missouri is going to get. I've seen anywhere between 8 inches to a foot and a half. I'm just here to tell you guys it is too far out for us to be hashing out snowfall totals or ice accumulation totals because we have a battleground that is setting up here in eastern Kansas, western Missouri, between two air masses. And where that line is going to set up is undetermined right now. I mean, this low pressure system is hundreds of miles away from us right now. Just a sway of 20, 30 miles in any direction the center of this low pressure goes, it can completely change the forecast for the Midwest. So, one thing that we do know for sure, we got some brutally cold temperatures. An Arctic Polar Express is going to be making its way down into North America, into the central part of the United States. We do have some confidence that there will be some impactful weather here in the Midwest, but snowfall totals, ice accumulation totals, if you see these social media posts come out, you're going to have to take it with a grain of salt. Even looking at these models, remember, models tell us what could happen, not what will happen. But it gives us a great idea of the trends of this storm system. So, what I thought I would do today is we'll take a look at a couple, three model interpretations of what could happen here Saturday night into Sunday here in the Midwest and the Southern Plains. And you'll see for yourself, it's going to be impossible to determine until likely 24 hours before this storm intensifies and enters into the Midwest that we will really have a good handle of what everybody is going to get. But regardless, I think everybody here in parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, we're going to have some winter impactful weather that is going to be happening. So we need to stay up to date on all of the updates coming from not just from Torcon Weather Team, but from National Weather Service and your local media station. So let's just jump in here. We're going to take a look at the GFS here first, and we're going to go ahead and move this over to Saturday evening and take a look at this, guys. This is exactly the reason why we cannot be hashing out snowfall totals or ice accumulation totals. Okay, we have a trifecta setting up: snow, freezing rain, and regular rain. And they're just going to be just a few miles that separates those lines depending on where this low pressure system ends up. If it moves just a little bit further north into Kansas, most of eastern Missouri, west or eastern Kansas, western Missouri could be all rain. If this low pressure system should happen to slide a little bit further south into southern Oklahoma, all of eastern Kansas, all of western Missouri could have a very impactful snowstorm that we'll be dealing with. So I do believe that we have some very impactful weather that's going to be coming in Saturday night into Sunday from a form of sleet, freezing rain, and snowfall. So we definitely need to keep weather aware, keep up on the updates from Torcon Weather Team as well as your local media, because we're going to have some travel implications because of this on Saturday night into Sunday and possibly even Monday. I know many schools around my area are going back to school on Monday, so this could definitely wreak havoc and maybe extend out that Christmas vacation a little bit for the teachers, and they are definitely overworked and underpaid, and they have a great responsibility in bringing up and educating our children. So I wouldn't feel too bad to give them an extra day off on Monday, but we'll have to see how this pans out as we go into the weekend. So that is the GFS. We'll go a couple more frames and notice it's just very heavy snow bands, very heavy ice accumulations according to the GFS model, and then it finally moves out on Monday morning. So let's jump over, let's take a look at the Canadian model and see what it says. And they're in pretty good agreement right now, the three models we're going to take a look at. But again, it is showing trending. All the models are showing about the same thing, but we could be talking just 15, 20 miles difference can make or break a forecast. So that's the reason why we are not throwing out any snowfall accumulations or ice totals, just getting the word out that there's going to be an impactful storm here in the southern plains and the Midwest. So let's take a look here. And the Canadian model showing the same thing. Battleground between freezing rain and snow right through eastern Kansas, western Missouri, central Missouri, eastern Missouri. Looks like right along that I-70 corridor is the dividing line between the freezing rain and the snow on the Canadian model. And notice, let's just back this up a couple. You notice how it has the low down here in southwest Oklahoma and moves straight across central Oklahoma and then drop down into Arkansas. So let's go ahead, let's jump over to the European model. Let's see what the Euro is showing. So we'll move this over to Saturday night. And again, same thing. Notice where it has the low pressure system now just a little bit further north into southern and southeastern Kansas. And that's actually going to bring more wraparound snow on the backside of that low pressure system in parts of eastern Kansas and western Missouri, but it's also going to leave right at the southeast corner of this low all rain for parts of Springfield, Joplin, all the way up to Nevada, Missouri, Pittsburgh, Kansas, Iola, Kansas, all rain. So I think you guys are kind of getting the idea. You see these social media visuals that the different forecasters and meteorologists and storm chasers are putting out there. You have to take it with a grain of salt if they're throwing any kind of snow accumulations or ice accumulations out this far in advance. As you see, we saw three different models with basically three different outcomes for any given point here in the Midwest. So we're going to continue to monitor this here at Torcon Weather Team. We're going to continue to look at the data. We're going to continue to look at all the models. Every 6 hours, we're taking a look at these models and seeing if they're kind of coming together as the general consensus, or if we start to have some outlier models out there that we're going to have to start ruling out some possibilities. But we're going to continue to be watching that for you guys. We're going to continue to give you updates as we get a little closer. And I think probably by around Friday, we should start to have a great handle on what's going to happen. I'm sure the Storm Prediction Center, National Weather Service will start rolling out some advisories, maybe even some winter storm watches on Saturday for this possible winter storm to affect the southern plains and the Midwest. That's all I've got for today, guys. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. You can find us on all the social media feeds. We've got Discord that rolled out on today, actually. We've got, of course, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Follow us and make sure you guys stay up to date on all of the changing weather conditions happening here over the next 3 to 5 days. Take care, stay weather aware. We'll be talking to you soon.